I'm live from the retreat. How are you all? So we're 2 hours ahead here. We have just done our first session, which was wonderful. I can't tell you how beautiful it is. So when you're in the studio, we're at the one at the very top. It's really private. You can feel the breeze. You feel the breeze on your body and your hair. You can literally feel the sunset on your skin. It is just so incredible. So we just did Pilates for core strength, and then we did a yoga scape straight after it and a bit of meditation at the end. It was really, really nice. So I'm feeling very relaxed now, very chilled. It was a bit of a it was a bit of a mission trying to get here. So the border authority stopped all like small boats going across basically. So it was only the big ferries that were allowed to travel. And there wasn't a direct ferry. So we had to do a bit of a detour. But in a way it was really nice because we got to explore a completely different island called Naxos, which if you've never been, it's definitely worthwhile going to see. Just really, really lovely. We got a tour, we had a dinner, and we got here late because the ferry was delayed. So I don't know if you saw, but I did the steps class at 4 in the morning. So me and Will went to bed at 5, and then we were woken up at 7. So hopefully I don't look like I've had a couple of hours sleep. But that's been the mission so far. But now we're here. It's like, oh, do you know what? It is so worth it, like more than worth it being here. Anyway, I have loved seeing everyone's chatter in the steps group. It is so good. And there's a couple of notices from me too. So notice number one is the Halloween shop special that's going on at the moment. If you need anything from the shop, we've got 2 brand new hoodies. I'm going to get myself the organic oversized hoodie. It is so cool. I'm going to get that one. If you get anything from the shop, you get a free Halloween gift. So if you're going to get anything, get it now. You've literally got from this moment 9 days to get yourself something. So get yourself on that. Also, make sure you book onto the 5-year party. It'd be so good to see you. If you are a squaddy or a friend of a squaddy, you need to come to the party because it's going to be absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So get yourself on that. And then I did have another notice. Step Challenge finishes this coming Sunday. So we'll just release the riddle for the bonus class this week. Come on, Lorna's team. Come on. No, come on, all teams. But yeah, come on, Lorna's team. And finally, the November focus is going to be nutrition. So we're going to have a little bit more of I like to do a bit of a focus, a bit of a challenge month, a bit of a focus. So we're going to have a bit more of a focus on nutrition. I asked everyone for some ideas today because I kind of want to get an idea of the things that you're mainly struggling with so that I can base this month around that. So let me know your ideas, let me know your main struggles, and then I can base this month around that. I put a post in the Facebook group, so have a little look there. All right, are you ready for the Q&A? Should we do it? Let's do this. So Angie's commented, thank you, Angie. Angie and Joe, thank you guys. Anyone else on the nutrition post, do comment. Sorry, I'm just getting the questions up. Here they are. Question 1. Will my strength still be maintained if I keep to the lighter weights, 1.5 kilograms? I don't like the idea of bulking up shoulders. Do I need more weight for triceps though to reduce bingo wings? Tips needed for that, please. Okay, so if you want to tone, like really you need to be lifting a moderate amount, and 1.5 kilograms isn't going to do it. It's not going to cut the mustard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's okay if you are just starting, but if you're serious about toning your arms, like tone is build muscle, like not to beat around the bush, but that's what you need to do. If you want to look toned, you need to build muscle in that area. And that doesn't mean bulking. Like if you want to bulk, what you need to do is be in a huge calorie surplus and be lifting heavy weights. Now, I'd be recommending like 3 to 5k, really. That's what you want to be aiming for. So really, I'm not going to lie to you, 1.5k isn't really going to do much for strength. It's not going to do much for toning either. You need to go heavier on that one. If you're just starting, then maybe that's fine to begin with. But yeah, you need a bit more than that, really. To reduce, okay, so if you want to reduce bingo wings, so the bingo wings, the back of your arms is in your triceps, you can't spot reduce. So you can't fat spot reduce, as in you can't pick an area of your body where you want to look more toned and lose fat. comes as an overall thing, and quite often that's to do with your genetics. But what you can do is you can build muscle in that area, and then you can also be in a moderate calorie deficit, so as in you can be losing fat, losing weight whilst maintaining your muscle, and that will make them look toned, that will make them be more shapely. So that is what you'd need to do. So basically work the area and be in a calorie deficit, and make sure you're having enough protein and enough water to actually, give that supply to your muscles, enough rest and enough sleep so that your muscles can repair. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the benefits from your workouts. So it's that balance between working them and then giving them the rest to recover and then working them again. So that's my best advice for that one and for bingo wings. So you want to be doing things like you got tricep push-ups, tricep dips, tricep extensions. If you stick to doing stronger a couple of times a week, you'll be absolutely fine. A lot of our workouts as well, like bodyweight workouts, are going to be doing push-ups. So yeah, you want to focus on those things. Okay, what are your thoughts on weight loss injections? Do you think they have a place in weight loss? Okay, so this is extremely topical right now. So weight loss injections like Ozempic and Wegovy, and there's a few more as well. You can actually get them on the NHS right now. And I think for some people, like in some cases, they do have a place. As in, if you are diabetic or if you are obese, and by using them, it will give you life-changing improvements. Like it will actually change your life dramatically. But if you are overweight and you are not making lifestyle changes, and you go on these injections and you come off them and you haven't made the lifestyle changes, you're potentially going to be in a worse place, and I'll tell you why. So what these injections do is they basically synthesize what your body does. So your peptides, they synthesize it. It's like a man-made version, a bit like when you have HRT. Putting that into your body, and it reduces your appetite. So it reduces your appetite, and it also slows down digestion, which makes you essentially feel fuller, which means it's easier to be in a calorie deficit. But there's two things here. Thing number one, if you're in a major calorie deficit, there could be a real big chance that you're not getting actually enough nutrition into your body. So for example, are you getting enough calcium to replenish your bones? Or are you not actually getting in enough anymore? Or vitamin D, like any of the vitamins, A, D, E, K, anything, are you getting in like enough nutrition, enough goodness into your body if you're in this severe calorie deficit? So that's the first thing that I would be concerned about, if that is putting you into a severe calorie deficit. The second thing is a lot of people go on these injections and they rapidly lose weight, but they don't make the lifestyle changes to go with them. As in, they're not nourishing their bodies, they're not doing enough exercise. And when they come off them and the appetite starts to increase and the digestion, it goes back to normal, which is, that's what you would want. You want things to go back to like that state, that homeostasis? How do you say it? Anyway, that, they're going to go back to normal. Have you made the lifestyle changes along the way? Or have you just used the injections, used them to lose weight, and think, oh, I'll sort that out later? Because that's what a lot of people find, and they just slip straight back into bad habits, and the weight comes back on, and quite often more, because a lot of people who do use these injections and have rapid weight loss lose a lot of muscle. So therefore, when they go back to eating, quote unquote, normally, their metabolisms aren't what they used to be, because your metabolism is linked to your lean muscle mass. So if they're going to cause life-changing improvements, for example, if you are severely obese or if you are diabetic, potentially, but as with everything, these things have side effects. And if you're not putting in the lifestyle changes that need to be made with your diet and with your exercise and with your mindset, you're going to potentially be in a worse place. So I would always say, do what you can first. Unless, your doctor has said you really need to do this, do you? Is it worth putting anything like that into your body? Or what can you do first? Can you eat healthier? Can you exercise to feel good? So that's my take anyway. And like I said, as always, these things do have side effects. Like they can cause, in the short term, like sickness and diarrhea. In the longer term, you can be looking at potentially some problems with kidneys, like, your gallbladder, and lots of other things, to be honest. So, and because it's quite new, so these things have been going for about 2 decades, or like about 20 years, so not that long really in the grand scheme of things. The long-term side effects are still being studied at the moment, so it's that it's that cost benefit analysis. Is it worth it? Yogurt, full fat or low fat, butter or spread, milk, full fat or skimmed. Is it better to go full fat versions as they fill you up? Potentially. Potentially. Depends on what your goals are, it depends on what you enjoy, what you like. So quite often with like low fat things or zero fat, quite often what's happened is they have removed the fat, which contains a lot of the flavour and quite often a lot of the texture, and just injected basically fake stuff in there. So you've got a lot of flavourings, emulsifiers. So that's something that you want to look out for, because you don't really want to be putting that stuff into your body. When things are higher fat, generally they tend to have a bit more flavour, they tend to be a little bit creamier, and fat is really important, you know, for your fat soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K. They're absolutely essential to your body. Fat is really important for your hormones, it's important for your cell structure as well. So fat is important. It's not something to be scared of, it's not something to be worried about. It's a really important part of your diet and it needs to be included. So there's kind of my take on that side of things. But it depends. Like sometimes there's a bit of a difference between the calories. It depends on what we're talking about here. So, you know, if you're looking at full fat milk versus skimmed milk, for example, depending on how much you have, of course, there's a little bit of a difference in calories. It's not life changing, but if you're looking at making these small tweaks to your diet, and actually that's a little small tweak for you that you want to make, and you really like skim milk as opposed to full fat milk, you know, you could do little things like that, I guess. But I would just always be mindful of what you're putting into your body. So, you know, what has been added to these foods to make them zero or low fat? What's been added to them? And generally speaking, like the more natural something is, the better. So that's a little bit of food for thought. There you go. But maybe something we could cover in our nutrition focus. Let me know, gang. Thoughts on collagen supplements. Okay, so let's quickly talk about what collagen actually is before we go into collagen supplements. So collagen it's actually a protein in your body, and there's actually different types of collagen. But when most people think of collagen, they think of your hair, skin, and nails. So influences your hair, your skin, and your nails. And as we get older, we lose the elasticity in our skin, so we get wrinkles, and that is in part, you know, due to collagen. In part, yeah, it's due to collagen, the fact that we don't have as much as we get older. So a lot of companies will try and sell you on all these creams and things that have collagen in to make your skin look younger, look more plump, I guess, like more radiant. So you'll get all of these pharmaceutical companies, well, not pharmaceutical, like beauty companies that will try and economize on this situation, let's say. At the moment, for your, apparently, so it's pretty inconclusive, I'm not gonna lie, but at the moment, for your hair and your nails, apparently it's a waste of time. For your skin, there could be potential benefits from taking a supplement orally, as opposed to like rubbing it on your skin, so skin cream, for example. If you are serious about looking after your skin, what you want to be doing is making sure you're eating healthy fats, you're staying hydrated, and you are using adequate protection from the sun. That is what you actually really want to do. So collagen supplements, don't know. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on them. Pretty inconclusive, and just be careful that you're not being sold into something that just has a bit of a placebo. Creatine, good or bad? Generally speaking, really good. Really good. So creatine is one of the most widely researched supplements out there, and it is something that your body naturally makes. So if you know, from eating meat and fish, for example, your body can use that to make creatine. It is used for ATP, which is energy production in your body when you need like fast energy for powerful movements, or if you need to go fast. So it's really good for power, moving fast. and it's really good for muscle repair and potentially has some serious benefits for your brain as well. So all in all, it's a yay for creatine. And you can get this from, well, you can get it from anywhere like MyProtein, or you can get creatine online. You can get it in like a little supplement, or you can get it in a powder. But generally speaking, yes. And particularly if you are somebody who is perimenopausal, menopausal, or somebody who does a lot of exercise, you might find some real benefits in your recovery from exercise, and also some real benefits in your body shape, like as in your muscular shape, your tone. So you could see some real benefits there. Two potential side effects. One is temporary, and that could be potentially temporary water gain, but that is only temporary. It's like a bit of an adjustment period when you first start taking it. It doesn't happen for everybody, but it might be like you might weigh a couple of pounds more just for a short while your body gets used to it. But it is temporary, so temporary water gain, water retention, I should say. And there is potentially some side effects if you already suffer with your kidneys, or you've already got kidney disease. Might not be recommended. Aside from that, it's a yay. Best class for an energy boost. Oh my gosh, there's so many, so many. Any class is good for energy. Like if you're feeling low on energy, I would recommend doing absolutely anything. If your energy is really low and you feel like you just want something feel good, I would put power walking on. I would do a power walking workout. It's a little bit of cardio. It makes you feel really good. There's some great routines. There's some brilliant things on there. Or you could go on like the misc area. Some really fun classes in there. So that's what I would be doing. If your energy is pretty shocking at the moment, I'll just get yourself on a power walking workout. Or depending on how you're feeling, you might want to do a bit of yoga or a bit of Pilates. You might want to do a sculpt or a combat. It really depends. But they would be my go-tos. And it kind of depends on how low your energy is right now. So working out how you are feeling. What's the best class for someone who's not exercised in a while and is not very supple? You could even get yourself on power walking. That's good. So for a bit of cardio. For a bit of strength, I would say you could do the ones that are like upper body. So we've got 10 minutes triceps, 10 minutes biceps, 10 minutes shoulders. So there's your cardio, there's your strength. Or even, do you know what? The best exercise you can do is just one that you enjoy. Because it's going to be one that you keep coming back to. If you're not exercising in a while, do you know what I would actually do? I'd go on the new this week section. I'd go on the bolt-on area. I'd have a look at a few things that I fancy, pop them into my favourites, and then I'd just give them a go. That's what I would honestly do. But if you're not sure where to start, I would start with those. And also, well, if you're on a 6-week area, click the where to start button actually, because I've just made some videos about like where to begin if you're just starting with us, depending on like your current situation. Then for holistic, I would say any of them really. So if you find that you're not very supple at the moment, you could go on to stretch, you could do some Pilates, and then you could build up to classes like Yogascape. Having said that, you don't need to be supple to do that. What you need to do is just have patience with yourself and practice. Have patience with yourself, have practice, and just keep going back to it, and you'll improve. You absolutely will improve. So that is what I would do. Put it into your diary, do 3 classes a week, and if you need anything, like reach out to one of our team because we can give you loads and loads of ideas. How to stop the wine and snacks habit. It depends. It depends on, like, is this you want to cut it out of your diet completely, or is it because it's like a daily habit that you're kind of stuck into, or you do it too often and actually you don't want to, you want to get out of that habit? Because if it was, so let's say if it's a case of cutting it out completely, I would be questioning why, because we tend to find, 9.9 times out of 10, when we cut something out and, say we can't have wine, we can't have snacks, it's call it bad, for example, then we end up overdoing it. And actually a bit of everything is good, and it's good for the mind, it's good for the soul, and a little bit of everything is important, right, for balance. But if it's become something that is like, as you would find like too often for you, as in like you want to cut back on it and you feel like it has become a bit of a problem, then I would be looking at really getting deep into the reason why. Like, why am I doing this? Is it because it really has become a habit and it's just something I do? Is it because I feel like I need something to look forward to? Is it because I feel really, really stressed right now? Is it because I am going through a really difficult time? So maybe there's a bit of an emotional attachment to it. So it's about finding out why, like why you're doing it. So what's the actual need? What is the need? And the need isn't because I need to do it. Like there's a need behind it. Or if it's become a habit, what's the trigger? So what normally happens just before it? Like, do you finish your dinner? Do you clear away? I don't know, by the time you put all the pots away, you sorted things out, do you then sit down at the end of the day when you're exhausted and be making decisions all day, put your feet up, get the wine and snacks out because you feel like you've earned it because you've had a really like long and hard day? You know, what is the trigger? What's the event? Can you put a stop to it? So for example, if it's normally after dinner, or normally after dinner you kind of clear up, you do a few bits and then you come and sit down, or you put the kids to bed, then you come and sit down, can you do something else? Could you go on a walk? Or could you break it up and have a bath? What could you do that is different in your routine? Because usually when something's a habit, there's a series of events that happen before it. And it's about even just putting one stop in that series of events, or one curveball or one diversion. And that might even be changing where you sit. It might be changing where you sit on the sofa at night. And it's just that trigger. Also, if you're doing it with somebody like your partner, can you talk to them and just say, look, I want to stop this because of XYZ, I need your support. And can you make it realistic? So if it's like a case of, I want to stop this, could you make it be like, okay, I'm doing this, let's just say 5 times a week. I'm doing this 5 times a week. I really want to cut back on this. Let's go 3 times a week. Let's do this 3 times a week now instead. Or twice, or whatever it might be, and make it like something that you look forward to. And then know that you're making that decision, you're making that choice. Because I think quite often when we feel stuck in a habit, we feel like it's out of our control, where in actual fact, we're the only person who's, drinking wine and putting snacks into your mouth. Like, we're the only person who's actually doing that. It's about reminding yourself that you are in control of your choices. So it's up to you if you want to do that, actually. So put yourself in control and think about how you would feel. And just try it once. Try it just the one time. How you'd feel if you didn't actually do that. And do an experiment. Like tonight, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm not going to do it. And actually follow through with it. And see how you feel the next day. You probably feel like, oh, I feel quite good. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Sometimes it's just a case of stopping in its tracks. But that would be my best advice. And then there's loads of other routes you go down, like hypnotizing and all that jazz, or getting like support or counseling. There's loads of routes to go down, but it depends on how bad you feel like this is, and sometimes that is perceived, and sometimes it's just a case of, right, I just need to not do it tonight and just prove to myself that I've got this, and get the support of other people. And maybe even join a challenge if you feel like that would help. Or making real simple swaps. So tonight, instead of the wine, what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a cup of tea. And instead of getting out a bag of crisps and the chocolate, I am going to prep like a really nice fruit granola pot that I'm actually excited about. Or I'm going to have 2 biscuits and I'm going to stop at 2 biscuits. Whatever it might be. Okay, final one. As someone who can't make the lives that often, can you explain the 3 options? So the live, so you and me logging in at the same time to work out, interacting with messages, etc. The live replay and the on-demand. Past workouts recorded and saved that I can do at any time. All conversations with people in the live. A true case of don't call now, your vote will not be counted, but you may be charged for the call. I love that. What is live replay? Is it the ones in the afternoon? Thank you. By the way, I'm asking because it's half term next week. That is a great question. So we've got 3 different ways of working out with this. the live, which is me on Zoom live with everyone who tunes in at that time, that exact time. So I will literally, I'll see you if you turn your camera on. Not everyone puts their camera on, but I will see you right there and then. So I'll get to wave at you. We can have a little chat in the chat box. The live replay, which is the evening classes. So what I do is I record the morning and then I put them on again in the evening so that no one misses out. So if you like working out when you get home, you can do the morning classes in the evening, and they're at a set time, so you know that at 5:30 and at 6 o'clock it is going ahead whether you're there or not. So you've got to get your butt there basically, and other squaddies are doing it at the same time as you. So you've got me on the live replay from the morning class, and then other squaddies are actually live in that moment at that time doing it with you, and there's a little chat box where you can talk with each other there. So that's the live and the live replay, and then on demand is on demand. So the recorded ones, they go up and they get added to on demand. And the way that we record it is we record all the lives so that when you do it on demand, you're getting that live experience. So it's very raw. It's very not unpolished. We're very professional. We are very professional at Ordinary Fitness. It's very personal. It's very personal. It's not like it's me up on a stage and robotic. It's not. It's from the morning class. So if you follow the nude this week, you're in the loop with absolutely everything basically. So it's quite nice having it like that. I think it's nice to record it like that anyway. So you always get the full experience no matter what you do. So it depends on what you prefer really. Yeah, it really depends. I'd say the majority of squaddies do on demand mostly, and then come to the odd live or live replay. Some squaddies love to follow like all the lives or just one set of lives or one set of live replays, and that would be good advice. Like best advice from me would be to choose like a time and stay consistent at it, like Monday to Friday, for example. So choose the 6:30s, because I give like everyone the perfect balance of workouts between strength, cardio and holistic. Same with the 9:30s, and then they're repeated in the evening. So if you do the 5:30s, that's the repeat of the 6:30s. If you do the 6 p.m, it's a repeat of the 9:30. So just choose a time and follow it, or do it on demand. Or that doesn't work for you, choose the days that work for you and do it on demand. Do whatever works best for you and what you enjoy. That's important. Anyway, team, that's all from me for now. I hope you're having a lovely week so far, and I will see you tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow morning if you're coming. We'll be going live from the studio tomorrow morning in Greece. So for the 1000 steps class, and then we'll be doing the class afterwards, live stream with you guys as well. And we're actually here, so we can actually do it now. We're not going to be stuck on a ferry this time. So I will see you there. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful week. And if you need anything, like I said, shop-wise, get yourself onto the shop, because this Halloween gift is only going to be available for, until the 31st. So not very long, basically. Anyway, any questions, let me know. And any suggestions for the nutrition focus, also pop that in the little thread. I'll pin it to the top of the group. I'll see you soon, team. Enjoy the rest of your week.